Hello kiddies and all you funky Facebook users, technologically literate. I'm Damien Rice, President of the South New Zealand Conference Office, and it's great to see you here on the conference website or Facebook or wherever you're watching this short report. I would just want to give you a quick update on the executive committee that we had on Sunday, and just share with you some highlights from the agenda and from a couple of the reports that were presented. I report to the executive at each of our meetings with some of the work that I've been doing and progress that we're making, and issues in the field and future directions as we move forward. In addition to talking about the spiritual leadership and administrative work that I'm doing for the conference, I presented a report on a communication strategy which our office staff have been working on together with me in order to improve the way in which we're communicating with our churches, our staff, and also to help to facilitate more effective communication by our church with the wider public. And that's the challenge that all of us can get involved in support in order to help to get our message out there, whether it's via the internet or other kinds of traditional media. I'm pleased to report that our conference webpage and Facebook pages are going along well. Both the conference and also the youth department have web pages and Facebook, and encourage you to check that out at adventist.org, snz.adventist.org.nz, snyouth.adventist.org.nz, and you can check out our Facebook pages at facebook.com/snzconf or facebook.com/snyouth. I was also pleased to give a report on the work of our ministers in the field, and am encouraged always by their hard work and faithfulness. We're in the process of implementing some ways of monitoring and developing their performance so that they can be more effective and we can be focused on achieving our goals as a conference. All of our conference staff each year go through a performance appraisal process, and we're also working towards doing that as well. I've also been looking at some of the statistics for each of our congregations, and be sharing more with our conference in months to come about how our churches are performing in terms of fulfilling our mission and the progress that each of them are making. We've been excited to see the way that the conference role has been growing, largely as a result of the growth of Garden City and the Filipino churches, and that's a real credit to those congregations and also to the pastors who are leading them. Some of my evangelistic leadership here in the conference has focused on a strategy to strengthen our Adopt a Town initiative, and pretty excited about that. I think it's a great idea, and I just want to say thank you to all those people who are currently involved in reaching out to those small communities all across the South Island. Also reported on progress that we're making in preparation for Reach Christchurch 2013 and the big Union Evangelistic Initiative that will be taking place here in Christchurch. And lastly, I advised the Executive Committee of plans to hold a church growth conference next year with a focus on church planting, small groups, renewal of Sabbath school, and strategies to help our Adopt a Town people reach out to those small towns. And finally, I reminded the executive, and I'm pleased to let you know that each conference around Australia and New Zealand has been partnered with a mission somewhere in the Pacific, and our partner in mission is New Caledonia. And from time to time we have opportunity to meet with each other to share ideas and resources, and to provide support through prayer and personnel. And we're looking forward to continuing to work with New Caledonia and the French-speaking people there, and also quite a few Ni Vanuatu people who originated from Vanuatu and who still speak Pidgin. and I'll be able to sort of share and communicate with them as well. So that's another great opportunity. Just looking down the agenda from our business meeting, and just a couple of the highlights. Really pleased to report that the executive took an action at its mid-year meeting to approve the organisation of our Filipino company and our Garden City company church. And sometime between now and the end of the year, those two congregations will be formally recognised as organised churches within the Sisterhood of Churches, and that decision is provisional on their subsequent approval at our next constituents meeting. There's always a lot of minor housekeeping matters that come up in our executive committee, and I won't bore you with those things. We receive at each meeting a comprehensive financial management report, and I'm pleased to report that as of May 2012, the conference is operating on budget, and I want to take the opportunity to thank you for your continued faithfulness with tithe and offerings, and trust that God will continue to bless you as you give and support His work. Our youth department has been active, and their budget's being put to good use with some great programs throughout the year already, and we're looking forward to seeing more from Ray Moanga and Edwina, with the support of all of our youth staff and local church youth leaders. Conference strategic plan is going along well. We recently conducted a review and an audit of our progress. We're also in the process of just clarifying and refocusing some things, and quite excited about some of the directions and goals that we're discussing as we try to provide a very tangible picture of the future directions of our church. One of the challenges that I believe we face as a conference is growing membership as we're effective in evangelism. And currently our accession or rate of addition of new members is around 3.55%. That means it takes 100 people to add 3.5 new members. Our succession rate, or the rate at which members are leaving our church, is around 2.08%. And so that it means that based on those averages from the last 10 years, we expect that the net growth for 2012 would be around 30 people. We want to try and address that by improving our growth rate and addressing and reducing the rate of decline, in order that our net growth is higher. And currently, as I look at the averages and can project that forward for the next 3 years or so, by 2015 we would have a membership of around 2,200. Currently it stands at 2,075, and if we continue at our current rate of growth, we'd reach 2,200. However, we're wanting to set some targets of an increase in growth of to 7%, and also halving our rate of loss down to about 1%, so that over that same period of time we would see growth of our conference up to 2,500 members. And so we're currently working with our ministers, and we'll be sharing more with our churches about what that means for us all, the challenge and the opportunity of being a part of God's mission. That's just a bit of a highlight from our strategic plan report. Next thing I want to share with you is that a date has been set for our next constituency meeting, which happens on a 3-yearly cycle. The date that's been set in consultation with the union and approved by our mid-year meeting is the 5th and 6th of October 2013, and in due course our churches will receive official notice from our General Secretary, Mr. Paul Devine. Those are some of the main highlights. There'll be a couple of other news items that will come out of our executive for mid-year 2012. We look forward to sharing with you again soon. And in the meantime, I wish you much of God's blessing as you continue to live for Him, as you serve Him, and as we labour together here in South New Zealand. And I pray that Jesus would be glorified through our efforts. I'm Damien Rice. We'll see you again soon.